Speaking of quarterback, what are your realistic expectations for Jayden Daniels for his rookie season?
Yeah, man. Again, I hear a lot of people. They talk about us potentially having a Houston Texans kind of leap, bursting onto the scene. CJ Stroud is absolutely outstanding. Jaden Daniels himself believes he says he wants to outdo what CJ Stroud did last year. And I'm not here to tell him not to or he can't because I definitely believe he has the potential to be really good. However, I don't want that to be my expectation for him. Honestly speaking, bro, if he just shows us why we select him at two and he can be he's the franchise guy moving forward. I could care less how this season turns out. Now, obviously, I want us to win. I want us to have a Houston Texans kind of season where we just burst on the scene. We don't need to rebuild, but in my opinion, I don't want to have that expectations. I want to be more realistic. So I believe Washington's gonna be around that 7-8 win window. But if Jayden Daniels absolutely tears it up, then we could win 10 games, maybe a playoff game. So I'm gonna be realistic and say about 3,500 passing yards and about 21 touchdowns. And maybe that's good enough for offensive rookie of the year for sure. I think he's going to be in that conversation.
For me, I really believe Jayden Daniels is going to struggle his first season. The offensive line has been a big concern for you Commanders fans. Now, you guys did go in free agency and bring a couple of guys in, but offensive tackle still has some concerns. There's still some worries on that unit. Jayden Daniels, I don't think he'll be completely terrible. I don't even think he's going to be terrible at all. I just think that he's going to have more growing pains out of the three rookie quarterbacks that are projected to start week one, Caleb Williams and Bo Nix. I think he'll probably be like third out of the bunch because Cliff Kingsbury, yes, he is a pretty good offensive mind, but I do think with Jayden Daniels, he does have some aspects of his game like I saw inconsistencies with his accuracy, throwing in between the numbers, not missing the layup throws and the short intermediate areas of the field. He does throw a really nice deep ball. I think when he's at his best is when he's throwing the football outside the numbers. And you do have Terry McLaurin, who's one of the best deep threats in the league, and Jahan Dotson also is pretty good also. But
Mhm.
when you're asking him to just run the offense, just being consistent, not overthrowing wide open guys that are
Yeah.
open and short, medium areas of the field, that's really where I think he's going to struggle at. His ability to process defenses, I think, is a little inconsistent also. But what probably is going to be the reason why he could win a few games for the Commanders is his athleticism. He has gotten a lot of Lamar comparisons. He is a really dynamic runner with the ball in his hands. There were several games at LSU that he just completely carried that team. He had multiple 200-yard rushing performances. My
Mhm.
question is he going to learn how to get his ass down? Because I watched a lot of his tape, and this dude got so many big hits on him, bro. It's like he's like a big hit stick magnet. There were so many fumbles that he had when he just got popped. Like against Ole Miss earlier in that game, he got rocked and ended up being a scoop and skull. And when you're playing in the NFL, especially at his size, like Lamar Jackson, he was pretty buff his first couple of years in the league. He slimmed down a little bit, but you rarely see Lamar Jackson get touched. Meanwhile, anytime Jayden Daniels is running with the football, he's acting like he's Josh Allen or something like that, bro. It's like, dude, you built like a fucking toothpick. Run this football and get down so you can live the fight for another play, bro. Don't be trying to be a little bit extra. You feel me? Like I'm not a Jayden Daniels doubter, but I feel his rookie season could be a lot like what we've seen out of Justin Fields in Chicago the last 2 years. So my expectations for him, I probably see him throwing for around 3,200 yards. He probably has like 16 passing touchdowns to like maybe 10 or 11 interceptions, and he has 800, 900 rushing yards on the ground because this dude is a dynamic athlete. It's just he has a herky jerky running style. He runs upright. It just seems it's just I just have some concerns about him year one with the Commanders.
Yeah, I would have to disagree in a sense. Like I understand, you feel as though he doesn't protect himself well, but he has been in the college game for a while, so he's more polished as a passer. They want him to be a passer. Like they don't want him to come in here and just utilize his legs as his main source. That is an additional talent that he has. The deep ball he throws is absolutely amazing. He's coming off of a Heisman season, and he has weapons around him in Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dawson, as you named it. Now I understand the offensive line is a bit of a concern. However, we have drafted guys like Brandon Coleman who could potentially be the left tackle of this team. We upgraded the interior with getting guys like Tyler Bayardish and Nick O'Grady. Still got Sam Cosmi and potentially Andrew Wiley being better in this scheme. I think he's going to come in and he's going to have his ups and downs. I definitely do, but I think it's going to be more positives than it is negatives. I wouldn't be surprised if he, in fact, proves both of us wrong and he just blows up and be like CJ Stroud. A lot of people draw that comparison like Bucky Brooks. They think this team is talented enough and he's talented enough to come in and just blow up right away. You look at the work ethic off the field. That's really what impresses me about him. He puts in so much work off the field. Jonathan Allen, one of our team captains, prides himself into coming into the building very early, and he says Jayden Daniels beats him in the building. He has this thing. He credits his success at LSU to this BR reality thing that allows him to get thousands of extra snaps throughout the league more than anybody else. He says that he wants to. We say that we're going to try to use that for him in the NFL. So I think he's gonna have a really solid season. Again, he very well, and I'm tend to believe that he can blow my expectations out the water if used correctly. However, I am going to go into it level headed. Again, the deep ball is pretty. The accuracy is pretty fair. Again, the only big concern that you can say from him is he doesn't get down a lot. But that can be learned over time. If we get him down there with the Washington Nationals, and maybe they could teach him how to slide or something like that. Because I do understand the concern. The last time we drafted the number 2 overall quarterback, RG3, Heisman Trophy winner, he struggled with getting down. So I understand the fear of it, but I'm telling you, I think he'll be good, and I think I don't want to say it's a significant difference between him and Caleb Williams, but right now, to take it for what's it worth, Caleb Williams is struggling in minicamp. It's OTAs. Again, I understand it. I don't want to look too much into it because it very well doesn't mean nothing in the springtime. But just gonna say to put it out there to kind of defend my boy. Caleb Williams has struggled a little bit in 7-on-7, and Jayden Daniels, they're saying the ball is barely touching the ground where we're coming out of minicamp here and OTAs and stuff like that. So again, I understand the concern level, but I think him able to protect himself, if that's your only concern that you really have about him, then I think that goes to show you that the talent and the potential is through the roof. If the only thing is, can he protect himself when running the ball? When in fact running the ball is an additional talent. Like a lot of people believe that that's his main thing. Maybe that was how it was at LSU, but after seeing him throw the ball, the dude could sling the pill, man. And I think he is going to prove a lot of people wrong with his arm talent, and that running ability is just going to be a bonus. Now, buffing up and getting stronger, that probably will come over time too. But hey, it's rookie year. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll do just okay.
And I'm not one of those people that, if he has a rookie season where he struggles, I'm gonna be like, oh, he's a buzz. You feel me? Like, I'm normally, you feel me? I give these quarterbacks around a 2-3 year window. Your first season, you out there. I just want to see what you got. Show me something. Year 2, I need some improvement. Year 3, this is where you need to put it all together.